Sheep Dreams. Read by Faith Neal. By Arthur A. Levine. Pictures by Judy Lafretti. Liza Shetland dreamed big. To get to sleep, she counted movie stars, decked out in shiny costumes, glittering with jewels, daring and glamorous. And just as Liza drifted off, a spotlight would frame her, alone on stage, singing her heart out at the top of her lungs. But when she was awake, she barely said a word. She was too shy. Her dad always had to guess what she wanted for breakfast. She never spoke up at school, even when Kashmir LaFondue, the most popular girl at school, called out, "Who wants to play actress with me at recess?" Liza didn't say, "Me, I want to." She double-checked her spelling words instead. Then one day, Ms. Hoofman announced auditions for the class musical. Liza wanted the part of Amelia Earhart, the famous pilot, so badly that her nose twitched all the way home. She was determined to sing out when the time came. All that week, Liza practiced. She chirped with the birds at the crack of dawn. She howled with the hound dogs down the road. She belted out encore after encore in front of her mirror. The applause was deafening. When audition day came, Liza was ready. She wore her lucky purple bow to school, and at lunch she ate only an apple to keep her voice clear. But when she walked into the audition room, she saw Kashmir LaFondue tap dancing on the piano, tossing off easy high notes and dazzling everyone. She was just too cool. Liza slunk to the back of the line for non-speaking parts. So Kashmir got the part of Amelia and all the great solos. Liza was stuck with the group of fans throwing confetti during Amelia's landing. She didn't even get to hum. Liza's parents tried to be helpful. They set up chairs in the living room and got Liza to sing the solos just for them. Then they clapped loudly. That felt a little better. But it wasn't enough. By the night of the show, Liza wished she didn't have to go. She took forever getting ready and almost forgot to bring her confetti. When they finally got to school, the auditorium was packed full. Liza had to say, "Excuse me, excuse me," 4 times to get to the stage. The moment Liza stepped behind the curtain, Ms. Hoofman grabbed her. "Liza, have you seen Kashmir?" she wailed. "The curtain's about to go up." Liza shrugged her shoulders. Then she went to find the darkest corner to hide in until the play began. But someone had gotten there first. Kashmir LaFondue. And she was shaking like Jell-O on a motorcycle. "Liza, you've got to help me," she stammered. Liza couldn't believe it. "Kashmir? Scared?" "Liza, I can't go out there. My parents are in the audience." A few yards away, Mrs. Hoofman was still looking for Kashmir. "Check the girls' room," she shouted at Fifi Finelli. "Check the supply closet," she ordered Morty, the janitor. But it was too late. The piano player had begun the first number. Ms. Hoofman's eyes bugged out. She screamed, "Hold this!" at Morty and ran off. So there he was with Kashmir's costume when the curtains started to go up. Liza leaped into action. She grabbed the bottom of the curtain, but it kept going up, leaving her hooves dangling a foot off the floor. Morty tried to help her, but she wound up sitting on his shoulders while he swayed back and forth. Just then, Simon and Wendy, dressed as a camel, came trotting onto the stage and crashed into Liza and Morty. Everyone fell over in a heap. For a moment, the auditorium was silent as snow. Then, little Brian Bigglesworth, who had practiced his 2 lines all week, shuffled on stage, concentrating with all his might. "Hey, everyone! There's Amelia Earhart, the famous pilot, back from one of her daring missions," he said. "What was it like, Amelia?" But he was pointing at Liza. Liza could hear the crowd murmuring as the piano started up again. All she could see was the glare of the spotlights. Then her vision cleared, and a sea of goggled-eyed parents popped into focus. Liza knew it was up to her. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Then she spotted them, her parents, holding hooves in the fourth row and smiling, just like in their living room. Liza blocked everything else out in the theater and swallowed hard. She took a deep breath, tossed back her scarf, and let out a bleat that beat the band. By the finale, everyone knew that the famous pilot was Liza, or rather, that Liza was Amelia. And Liza was a star.